The Philadelphia 76ers have 176 problems. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. How are we feeling today? Philly fans must be shaking their damn heads. The drama is getting more and more ridiculous. Like, you really can't predict what will happen next for this basketball team. It's so chaotic. Like, I can't believe Joel Embiid is still on the team. They're in shambles, and so much is happening that our heads are spinning. What is going on in Philly? One thing I know for sure is Joel Embiid has worn out his welcome in Philly. It's time to trade him, move on from him, because what we're seeing here is a guy who really doesn't want to be there. So for me, this is the beginning of the end of the Embiid era. Maybe it's the frustration with his injuries and never being healthy, but for whatever reason, he doesn't seem to care anymore. In a team meeting, Tyrese Maxey challenged Embiid to be on time to team activities, calling out Embiid about being late for everything and how it impacts the locker room. From other players to the coaching staff, sources briefed on the meeting told ESPN. I understand this is the kind of stuff that happens on every team. Not every team is 2-11 with championship aspirations. I'm done with the ifs, the maybes, and the excuses. Just say you don't want to be in Philly. It's that simple. Just say you don't want to be there. If you don't want to play for the Sixers, then be man enough to say you don't want to play for this organization. The laziness of Joel Embiid has bit them in their ass. Embiid has no one to blame but himself for the situation he's in. And I don't feel sorry for him at all. They're not getting better. They're not coming together as a team because the reality is that nobody takes accountability and responsibility for the team's losses. When Embiid's team loses, he's never the reason for anything. So you never hear him take the blame for everything because whatever goes wrong with the team, he's not at fault. And just from his reaction to the team meeting tells you everything you need to know about him. He doesn't get it. Message wasn't received. It's comical the Sixers suck as bad as they do because their best player can't ever show up on time, doesn't care, can't do his job 2 days in a row, and has never taken them to the conference finals. Embiid is dead weight. It's like he's dead to me. In order for the Sixers to go where they're trying to go, Joel Embiid has to be able to take accountability. The Sixers have to be able to hold him accountable. And people are just starting to realize that this Sixers team won't win anything, and it largely hinges on the fact that they gave Joel Embiid the keys to the Ferrari. To be honest, this guy is just not trying to be his best. We all know he's not a leader at all. This is all about him. I don't think he really understands how to be a leader or have any ideas of how to rally the team to earn the respect of his teammates. When you come off more like a man-child, and that's definitely saying something. This is who you become when an organization gives you everything you want, pampers you. He's exactly what the Sixers don't need. If he doesn't have the drive to win, look, I really think he gave up his desire to win. Or maybe he doesn't have the desire to win in Philly. He's totally brought into the hype that he's the most skilled big man ever. I can't tell when you're never on the floor to make a strong case. Can't stay healthy. If you have a player that always wants all the credit for himself, this is what happens. That's pretty selfish, if you ask me. And all that does, his attitude, the injuries that have derailed him as he's missed a lot of time, his stubbornness, selfishness, me first attitude overshadows him. It's so unfortunate because he's an incredibly gifted scorer at the center position when he wants to be. And when he's on the floor, whenever that is, he is one of the most dominant, one of the most gifted big men the game of basketball has ever seen, until he says, you know what, I'm not going to play, or he suffers an injury that all of a sudden has him sidelined for however long it may be. It's a turnoff when your superstar is soft and lazy on both ends of the floor, whines and plays with no heart. There's times when you're watching Joel Embiid and you're sitting there going, this is all he can give me? That's it? Some nights he's bringing it, and then other nights he doesn't have that killer competitiveness. This guy needs to be traded. He needs to be traded. At some point, you got to say, you know what? I'm going to stay away from a player who acts like a victim in every problem he created. I don't understand what is so hard to look yourself in the mirror and understand that you're the problem right now. He's created a toxic environment that rots young players and diminishes coaches' abilities to do their jobs. The sad thing about all of this is that Joel Embiid can be one of the most dominant big men in the game, but has obviously killed everybody's mood in Philly. If they are toxic and immature, move on from them. And if you don't move on from him, it creates long-term problems. If you don't move on from him, it's draining your energy. That's exactly what he is, an energy drainer. All this only feeds his ego and kills everybody's energy around him. What do they say about that? Misery likes company. This is especially true about Joel Embiid. And it's okay for you to outgrow someone you love to become somebody you want to be. What I mean by that is that sometimes we marry our partner and then it just doesn't work out. So then what happens? We split up. You grow while others don't. And I think at some point the Sixers are going to be at a different stage in their lives where their priorities change, their mindset change, and definitely their circle change, where they say, you know what? We don't have to put up with this. We've dealt with this high school type drama long enough. We'll trade Embiid, get something for him, and let him go play somewhere he can be happy. You can see he's visibly unhappy and not thrilled, and now upset over leaks in the Sixers locker room regarding that team meeting that told it all. So then, why hold on to him when he's barely even playing or not playing at all? Does that really make sense? And in Embiid's absence, it's no game plan, no system, just everybody standing around, till somebody fires up a three-pointer. They look like they don't want to play basketball. There is no motivation, no energy, no strategy, no coaching, just a bunch of ill-advised shots. You got guys camping out, no movement, no one penetrating to the basket. It's an incoherent offense. It's the worst offense in the league. It has been stale for quite some time. Nurses' rotations have been harmful. I'm waiting for somebody in that damn locker room, any Sixer, to take accountability. For them to give no effort and be so damn dysfunctional is disrespectful to the fans who pay money and invest their time to watch them perform poorly. Lack of mind, lack of spirit. I think it's time you move on from Joel Embiid because it's quite obvious to us. We know he is not happy in Philly. And clearly he wants out, but he doesn't know how to man up and say that he wants out of Philly. I think he is done with the Philadelphia Sixers. That's why he's coming up with a parade of excuses to not play because mentally, he is not there anymore. He wants to change the scenery. He wants to be somewhere else. He just doesn't know how to man up to tell the organization how he really feels and what's really on his mind. And until he does that, then I don't think anything will change. But I think the Sixers have to take it upon themselves to realize that this is a fractured relationship and that Joel Embiid does not want to be part of that organization anymore. He is officially done. He has checked out. And now is a good time to finally admit that he is not your guy and that you need to move on and start building around your younger core and go from there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate the love and support. We'll talk again very soon. I'm checking out of here now. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for keeping up with my content as always. Love y'all. Peace. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night.